And now, ladies and gentlemen, your second bout for the Versus Grand Prix welterweight tournament. Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 150.2 pounds. He stands 6 feet 4 inches with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw. He represents Pasadena, California. Please welcome Jared Anbesa Ejigu. Fighting out of the red corner, his opponent weighed in at 151.6 pounds. He stands 6 feet with a record of 0 wins and 0 losses. He represents Irvine, California by way of Tehran, Iran. Please welcome Ardavan Suspect Moeini. Your referee for this bout, the Honorable Victor Beltran.
Both men making their Versus Fighting Championship debut. They look hungry. They look ready to prove something here. Let's see how they do. We are a mere seconds away from the bell, and here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. The bell is on. It is showtime.
Those of you watching at home, Ejigu out of the blue corner in the blue gloves, and Moeini in the red corner with the red gloves. And here we go, Moeini really pouring it on Ejigu landing some solid elbows there. And there we go. We got a trip from the clinch.
And that's what happens when you lock horns too long, especially when you're as aggressive as these two fighters. You're down to go down to the canvas, and that's exactly what happened. Both men back up, got their bearings, now going back after each other. Look at this. Look at the kick. Look at the reach right now by Ejigu.
Ejigu has very, very long arms. He's noticeably taller than his opponent. And I know Moeini is 6 foot tall, so Ejigu's a tall guy.
And you got to wonder, does that size advantage, is that going to help him with strikes? Absolutely. But you know what? It's going to be very, very difficult to protect that much body. And that's what I'm talking about, Melina. You have so much open space when you are that tall.
Both these fighters seem to want to really, really engage in the clinch. It's very interesting.
Aggressive behavior does both fighters have.
Oh,
that might have been nasty.
Ejigu landed. That kick just skimmed him. Ooh, good kick from Ejigu. Oh, and a spinning back kick from Moeini. Wow.
And it was by pure luck that Ejigu stepped forward and said that. Oh, my goodness.
And here we go.
Knees now back to the corner, pushing him back. Ejigu now stepping back, but out comes Ardavan. You never know what's going to happen here. Fantastic kick there by Ejigu. Pushing back now to the ropes. Both men don't want to let go. They have to jog for position. Back now down to the corner. You know what? You can only fight out of that corner for so long before somebody takes advantage of you. You need to get back to the center of that ring. Otherwise, you don't have a snowball shot in hell of coming out of that alive, Melina.
And here we go, the referee breaking it up. Both these fighters, again, seem to really want to work something from the clinch. It's very interesting to see. You see working. Ejigu has Moeini up against the ropes. But earlier, the position was reversed. So both these fighters seem to have a similar game plan here, a similar style of fighting.
Definitely a little bit similar style of fighting. It's a little bit questionable about Ejigu's the amount of, and I don't want to say lack of control, but kind of throwing caution to the wind and flying everywhere, and that'll catch him right there with a leg kick to the ankle. You ain't going to be able to walk much after that, and there goes the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, very, very interesting. first round. Ejigu definitely is much taller. He's trying to use his height to an advantage, but he's using the clinch a lot. I'd like to see him step back and keep Moeini at a distance. Not only is he tall, he's really lanky. His legs are long, his arms are long. I'd like to see him use that to his advantage and keep Moeini away, keep him at a distance.
Yeah.
I don't know how to score that first round. I really don't.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit interesting, in my opinion there, Melina. I will agree with you. I think that Ejigu has a profound advantage in this fight, and that is the fact that his limbs are so incredibly long. But you're not going to be able to utilize your limbs when you are clenched up like that. You need to create your distance and then strike from a few more inches away. And down goes Ejigu.
It's a great shove by Moeini. Ejigu did not like that. And Moeini gives a push kick to Ejigu's face. Ejigu shaking his head. Seems very flustered, frustrated.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of frustration here. He's kind of losing again now, and I don't like to say a loss of control, but he really needs to kind of get himself more composed here if he wants to have a shot here at beating Ardavan.
And Moeini keeps tripping Ejigu.
And you see now Moeini now has a cut over his lip.
Spinning back kick. Ejigu shakes his head no. And Ejigu responds with a push kick to the face. Now here we are again in the clinch. And notice how Ejigu is looking for head position. In the clinch, that's what Ejigu was searching for there.
Ejigu now using those lengthy limbs to his advantage with the kicks, but that may not be enough. With Moeini now tied back up to the clinch. Melina, I don't believe the clinch is going to be working very effectively for Ejigu. He needs to make sure that he creates that distance.
Well, what Ejigu's really struggling in the clinch, because what Moeni's doing is he's pushing his hips into his opponent. Moeini is making it so Ejigu can't land anything from the clinch. It seems like Ejigu really wants to land these knees, but it's Moeini who seems, to me, to be a little bit more dominant in the clinch position.
Dominant, definitely, a little bit more composed. And you know what, you got to figure this, that Moeini has a cut over his lip. You know what that means is that Ejigu's strikes are going to be very effective if utilized properly. He needs to capitalize on that.
Good push kick by Moeini. Ejigu, we got a low blow there. It looks like it might have been accidental.
And you can't blame Moeini for that. You know, Ejigu is just so damn tall. He tried to kick him in the head, and that's as far up as he could go. Referee now having some words with Ardavan to go back to check on Ejigu. Let's see if Ejigu could continue. He's going to give him a little bit more time to compose himself and get back into this fight. Ejigu now checking to make sure the two are still in those trunks. All right, Ejigu looks to be
grimacing
in a considerable amount of pain. And who wouldn't be? I mean, I am, and I wasn't even in there.
Here we go. And Moeini did a great job leaning back on Ejigu's kick. Good teep kick by Ejigu. Ejigu steps forward. Good teep kick again by Ejigu.
And he not only, Ejigu not only has almost had to catch him, Melina. Almost had to catch him. That was scary. You don't want to see a couple 100 pounds coming at you.
Wow. It's very interesting, that second round. I mean, it's so close. I don't see any fighter being convincingly more dominant than the other. They both seem to enjoy the clinch, but I think Ejigu can utilize his length a little bit more effectively. I'd really like to see him come out and start doing that. He seems to be the one initiating the clinch, but then Moeini is really throwing his hips in hard, staying really tight to his opponent. And Ejigu's so long that his knees can't come up and around the opponent. So I think Moeni's doing a great job responding to Ejigu's initiation of the clinch, but I'd like to see something change up here.
Yeah, very good point, Molina. And as I had said before, he needs to use those long limbs to his advantage. Those long limbs are not going to help him in that clinch position. But Moeini has that advantage of composure over Ejigu, but Ejigu is going to decide to lay caution to the wind, and that may prove to be his undoing here right now as he's pushed against those ropes, getting pushed back to the corner now is Ejigu going back in. The referee's going to have to break it up. Molina, how devastating would that be if Ardavan would just to capitalize on that corner? Absolute menacing right now. Ejigu now goes back down again. You know what? Honestly, you have to make sure that you have... Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Almost got him again.
These fighters are really going after it this round.
This is a dangerous place to be if you're commentating.
Ooh, and Ejigu just misses that knee, or that elbow, excuse me.
And going head first into a corner is a very bad place to be anyway, considering the corners are a little bit stiffer than the rest of the ring. Not only that, but the fact of the matter is he went down almost on his neck, and that could be very, very damaging, possibly career-ending. Needs to make sure he gets out, but now comes Ardavan, taking Ejigu to the corner, doing a do-si-do, spinning around from one side to the other. This is insane.
Wow.
You know that song, It's Raining Men? Here they are.
Here we go. Oh! And
Nasty.
Moeini lands a solid right hand with a spinning back fist. Great job by Moeini closing the distance. And you know what? That might very be the situation that's going on. Maybe Moeini is closing the distance and Ejigu doesn't like that, so that's why he's initiating the clinch.
Very good observation. Very good observation.
Ooh,
That's true.
Good right elbow from Ejigu.
Is that Moeini comes in, he keeps on closing the gap. He doesn't give himself the ability to have that distance. And when you take off about that distance, he has very, very little defense against Moeini at this point.
Ooh, good right hand from Moeini. Ejigu looks tired, looks very tired up there right now. Good uppercut by Ejigu.
Oh, missing there with a spinning back kick.
Wow.
With a spinning punch, but nonetheless, Ejigu now slipped down, and down goes Moeini! A few seconds left, a few pivotal seconds left in this match. Just 10 seconds left. Lay it all on the line. Give us everything you have, and make sure you leave it all in the ring, boys. One person might be $10,000 richer.
Let's hear from both these gentlemen. And now for your winner, by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Ardavan Suspect.